Let's get dangerous. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. It is Thursday night. I don't know how this looks. I usually just want to do the game in monochrome, but it's just like the Game Boy colors, I guess. And I guess a little color is nice. Hey, folks. Maybe this is a little too dangerous. I didn't even check my webcam settings yet. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit here. A little out of off-center here. Maybe crooked. I'm not sure. I don't want to mess with that too much. Anyway, hi. I am about to play Darkwing Duck on Game Boy. And you might be wondering why. So I've actually beaten this game before. But VideoGameAge.com has a list of Game Boy games that everyone in the community is trying to beat, and Darkwing Duck is on the list, and I've already beaten it, so I figured I would give it a try, and then, since I was planning to play the game anyway, I figured I might as well stream it, because who doesn't like Darkwing Duck? And not that many folks have played the Game Boy version, I'm guessing, and maybe haven't seen the Game Boy version much, so I figured maybe folks would be interested in watching that. So let me adjust my webcam slightly. I can figure out where that setting is. I think it's this thing here. And we'll get started here. Just want to tweak this a little bit here. Hope your folks are doing well tonight. Let's move this over a little bit. Like so. I can zoom in a little bit. Like so. And I guess I can move this up a little bit. Like so. Alright, I'll do that. I meant to do that before I started, of course, and then I didn't. So, let's see. Hopefully this looks and sounds okay to anyone out on the internet. I'm going to double check. I saw a couple of other folks doing streams. I will catch T-Belly's Battletoad run later. I can't really talk tonight, so I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm a bit tired, actually. Oh, good. John Early's here. Hi, John. I was just checking to make sure I was live. I should try this Chargengo dockless switch accessory if I don't like my regular dock. Huh. I will check that out. I wouldn't mind having an extra dock. Mine's okay. I don't leave the thing undocked too often. I mean, I pretty much, unless it's portable, then it's docked, I guess, or if I'm playing it on my TV. But the regular dock I don't mind it too much. How are you doing tonight, John? Thanks for popping in. Alright, so I'm just going to get started here. I'm assuming it's the same. So I'm playing this on my Game Boy player, on my wife's GameCube, and I'm using a Super NES controller. From the Super NES Classic, actually. Once again, we need your help, Darkwing. A mysterious crime wave has swept over the city. We believe these crimes are the work of that secret criminal organization, Foul, which you may be familiar with from the new DuckTales cartoon. Actually, that might be a spoiler, sorry. You must put an end to their fiendish plans. Launchpad will brief you with the details of your missions. And remember to collect all the stolen diamonds and gold bars. Good luck, Darkwing. So these colors are a little bit weird, but the game is basically the same as the NES version. There's a little different. There's little differences here and there. Obviously, the frame is smaller. Like you'll see, Darkwing is about the same size, but everything else is the viewing window has changed a little bit. Alright, we'll just do this. I usually do this one first. Music in this game is awesome. Let me know how the audio balance is. I feel like the game's a little too loud, so I try to pump it down a little bit. So just like, actually that's pretty good. Just like in the NES version, you can do your cape and ducking and stuff like that. The nice thing about the Game Boy version versus the NES is you have stereo sound on the Game Boy, which is really nice. And I don't have any gas yet, so I can't switch anything. The view is a little bit different. So overall, I'd say the structure is pretty much the same. You need a micro SD card for your Switch Lite. Yeah, that's how it starts, John. I got a Switch, and then I was like, I think I'll have enough storage for it. I wasn't planning to download that many games. And then I started downloading games and even getting demos, even free demos, because I loaded up with all the free demos on the Switch eShop. I ended up needing an SD card pretty quickly. Oh, that was slow down there. So I'll do this here for a second. Okay, the cat's about to lap. So the really interesting difference between the Darkwing on the NES and the Game Boy is you can see he's kind of on the left side of this hook, and then now he's on the right side of the hook. And that's something you can do in the NES version, but it doesn't come into play all that often. And in this game it actually does come into play, because if you're on the wrong side of something that you can drop off of, you will actually fall and die. So, it's good to know. Oh, hey, I'll take that. Cat. I think I wanted the other gas instead. Oh well. Anyway, I might be a little bit rusty here. I haven't played this in a little while. At least the Game Boy version in a little while. I found the Game Boy version, I think, a little bit easier than the NES one. So here's like one of those situations where you really need to be on the right side of the hook. And by right, I mean the actual right side of the hook. Or you will fall and die. And I kept falling, and I didn't understand why, because it shouldn't be that difficult. And yet, so you can be on the left side, the right side, the center, or the middle. And if you are not exactly on the right on some of these jumps, I actually don't know. I might be a little bit paranoid here on some of these. But this jump here, if you're not on the right-hand side here, you will fall and you will die. So, just an FYI there. An FY die, if you will. Alright. I'm glad you're enjoying the Switch Lite. Why did you decide on the Switch Lite versus the regular Switch? And there's no dock for the Switch Lite anyway, right? This is actually my wife's copy of Darkwing Duck. I did not own this on Game Boy for some reason. Actually, I know why. Because I had always thought, well, you got the Game Boy version, you have the NES version. The Game Boy version is bound to be inferior, right? Or it's just going to be not as good an experience. And it's a different experience. It's pretty good actually. I played it through last year just out of curiosity when I got my Game Boy EverDrive. Maybe when I got my Game Boy Advance model with the backlight, I decided to play through it. Guess I'll kill you down here. And so, the fact that my wife owned a copy of Darkwing Duck on Game Boy, a long time from childhood basically is another sign that she's okay. So hold on, I need to switch to my lightning gas, I guess. This fight is very different. There's only one level in the Game Boy version instead of 2 levels. Usually I use the heavy gas to fight Quacker Jack. And I forgot the heavy gas this time, so I'm using this thing. And you can actually shoot him pretty easily because the screen is so much smaller. So this should be easy. There we go. Old Dirty Gamer, hello, sir. Darkwing on Game Boy, yes. I'm gonna have to rely on Gary from Rock Solid Productions to tell me if the Retron Junior is worth the price. My mom didn't want to pay $300 for an OG Switch. How old are you, John? For some reason, I thought you were like, I don't know, in your 30s or something. Don't know why. I can tell you right now that the Retron Junior is probably not worth the price. I actually don't know what the price is, but it's just it's gonna just be an emulator. You know, it's basically like the Retron 5, but they just taken out the Game Boy parts of it. And I haven't watched his video on it yet. And actually, I mean, the product isn't even out yet. But the Game Boy emulation was really weird on the Retron 5. I think the GBA emulation had lag. One of them had lag, I think. It might be okay. It might be okay, but you know, I've since I got the Retron 5, which is when it was sort of my reintroduction to the retro gaming thing. I've gotten down on using it as a console, because if I'm gonna emulate, I might as well just run an emulator. I think you could get oh crap, what am I doing? You could get instead a maybe not for this emulator. Or Raspberry Pi, for instance. But I don't know. It seems like most people are going to want the analog. I think I normally jump over him in the NES version. Here we go. Oh, that was worth it. Okay. Do I want that? Green background's not doing anyone any favors. These banana peels are tricky. They don't actually hurt you? Oh crap, what am I doing? Oh, I just paused by accident there. Alright, hold on 1 second here. The vulnerable adult. Oh, okay. Gotcha, okay. Harder to see in this one. What are you seeing? What are you grabbing onto? What I want is an OG Game Boy Color with a Wormlight and an EverDrive. Do you want a Wormlight in particular, or would you take a backlit Game Boy? So, Game Boy Color. And you like the form factor of the Game Boy Color? I went through this whole cycle of like what kind of a Game Boy I would want, and I like the form factor of the GBA, and I like the Game Boy backlight. You know, because there's like an IPS, the funny screen now, or there's like Freckle Shack for the GBC, and those are like replacement screens, but they aren't the same screens. They don't have like the grid lines and everything. So at that point, I may as well just be playing on, one of the Retro Gamer Pocket or whatever those things are called. I don't think I even want. I'm not even interested in the Analog Pocket, partially for the money and partially because I think I get a better experience from the GBA. With a more authentic backlight, and if I want to play it on my TV, I don't need a however extra amount of money dock that they're going to be selling for it when I'm doing this perfectly well through a GameCube. Analog Pocket, man, yeah, that's what the Analog Pocket is, and the Analog Pocket can do a lot more, I guess. Hey, Red Ox, hi. I hope I was hoping you'd show up, or I was hoping you'd be around and free to watch some of this. I don't remember if you have the Game Boy version or not, but I figured maybe you haven't seen it much. Woo! No. Okay. But of course, anything Darkwing related, you are always the first to come to mind. I don't know where any of the bonus things are in here. You did not have the Game Boy of this yet. I think it is worth it. This is Cora's copy from childhood, and as I was saying to the folks here that finding out that she had Darkwing Duck on the Game Boy was a good sign. So I was telling folks the differences between the NES and the Game Boy version. Obviously the screen size is different, but here if you look at this thing, Darkwing's hanging out on the left hand side of this thing. If you hop and move a little bit, now he's in the middle and now he's on the right, and that's actually super important in the Game Boy version, because if you're on the wrong side, some of the jumps are going to be too you'll be too far on some of the jumps. So that's all over because it's there. I don't care about it. Oh, alright, well there goes a no death run. I wasn't really trying to do no death run, but I should have gone for that thing in the middle. I thought I could make that jump, and it's just all the distances in this are a little bit different. So it's harder to judge, I think. That's alright. I don't really care about this one. The reason I'm playing this, I've already beaten the game. I beat it last year, but I'm playing it because there's a contest. Not really, I guess it's sort of a contest, but it's also kind of a checklist of all the Game Boy games at videogamesage.com. They want the entire community to beat every Game Boy game this year, but it has to be played this calendar year. I'm going to do that. So I figured, well, I might as well play it. It shouldn't take me too long to get through it. Game volume is a smidge loud. Okay, thank you. I figured it was too loud, and I adjusted it slightly, but hopefully that'll be better. And that is really nuanced, for sure. PSP 3000 is best emulation. I hear that. Thank you, Red Ox. So, no, this is not on a Super Game Boy for the SNES, although I am using a Super NES controller. I am playing this on a Game Boy player through a GameCube with the Carby HDMI adapter to get the HD signal out of it. And I'm running not the Game Boy Player software, but something called Swiss, which is a homebrew interface for the GameCube, and Game Boy Interface, which gives you a lot more options in terms of being able to adjust resolutions, and I can make it much bigger on the screen. You can do borders and things, but I don't care about that. And I have a Game Boy screen on my stream. That's just an overlay that I added myself. Just because I needed something, and I'm using an adapter from RAFnet Technologies, RAFnet.net, something, to use it's basically a classic controller or a Wii controller to GameCube adapter, so that I can use this controller. So it's complicated, slightly expensive, but that's my bag, I guess. Yeah, Swiss, the HDMI thing. Yeah, the Carby is actually really good. It's it wasn't too expensive. I think it was like $60 or something when I got it. I got it from Castlemania, and it's great because we can play GameCube games in HD. And when I get to the rest of Luigi's Mansion, it'll look really good. And when we play Eternal Darkness and other things, it's going to look really nice. So that's why our GameCube is now part of our setup up here again. I should get whatever piece of Nintendo hardware they release this year. They're going to do a new Switch, I think. They're going to do a Switch Pro, I think. And I will not get that because I have a Switch already, and I'm happy with it. Let's just stay up here. See a turtle, dude. Yeah, this hobby can get kind of expensive. I say to the person who has just earned or just picked up a Super NT. Alright, I've got this fight coming up here. Holy, slow down, Batman. This is really strange in here. Oops. Oh, that's okay. I'm doing not great here. Yeah. Oh no! Ah! That could have gone better. This fight is just a little different from the NES. There we go. You were facing the wrong way, Darkwing. That was not good. Get your act together, Darkwing. What are you doing? Oh no! Oh crap. Okay, great. Darn it! What is going on here? This guy has not given me this much trouble before. Alright. Like I said, I'm a little rusty. Much easier. Okay. Yeah, it was a gift. All that money comes from the same place, though, right? Hey, Top Spot. I did a bad when this game came out. I bought it and Kirby's Adventure at the same time. I figured I wouldn't care for Kirby, but I would like Darkwing Duck. Oh, no! After a single weekend, I'd already beat it. Was done with Darkwing, but I found Kirby to be just lovely. Which Kirby game? Kirby's Adventure. Okay. You know what? I haven't played that one yet. The original? I haven't played that one yet. Yeah, this game's not that hard. I don't know what just happened with Wolf Duck, but... That's fine. I own that. I'm just trying to beat the game. I beat it last year. And it did not have them show Wolf Duck. So return Darkwing to Walmart. Oh, that's cool. You know, sometimes I feel bad about that sort of thing when that happens. But Walmart is a big chain and they can totally eat that cost. What am I doing? I don't know. It's kind of like I'm playing on a Darkwing themed controller because the Super NES controller is all purple and lavender. Yeah, you know, that happened a lot with games when we were kids, right? And so, yeah, you couldn't often return them. That's how I ended up with. So I'm just dropping down here. That's how I ended up with Legacy of the Wizard. But my mom had gotten. I was buying a used game, and see, if I hadn't moved over to the right on that one, I would have died. We bought a used game, and I bought Ultima Quest of the Avatar. And I don't know if you've ever played Quest of the Avatar, but I had no idea what was going on. I don't think it had a manual or anything like that. And, oh, I should have grabbed that health. And we went and returned it, and I got Legacy of the Wizard instead. You can even move from the bottom of this to the top of it. See that? That's wild, right? It's really different. It just matters so much more on the screen with the limited real estate. Hey Omega, how you doing? Sorry, I got a slightly later start than I planned. Actually, I like to find, but once I beat it, I didn't think I need to keep playing it for sure. And the games were like $30, I think, back then, right? And I do have Kirby's Dream Land. Yeah, Adventure was the NES one. That's right. I do have Kirby's Dream Land, but I haven't played it yet. The original one. I keep meaning to, just because it should be a pretty easy one. I would think. Do they have those alligators in this version? They do. Okay. Alright, this gets pretty tricky here. Oh, usually I don't do that. That's... That's wild. Alright, go down. Ow. Okay. Alright, need some health. I didn't jump up in time. This was 30, Kirby was only 20. Those old green screens, yeah. Oh. slowdown's pretty weird. Those guys, oh man. Those guys take fewer hits than they do on the NES version. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, a little bit trickier than the NES in some places, I guess. Or I'm just not playing well. Oh, you know why? Because you land on that thing instantly. The scale is so off that you have no time. Right. Okay, so I want that. Oh. We're about to get a game over, folks. Some one-ups. See, normally I would think I'd have more time, but no, indeed not. Oh crap! You can sometimes avoid these in the NES version. No, not so here, it seems. Alright, here we go. Crap. Oh, that's no good. Alright. That was really close. Oh my gosh. I get so excited when there's a Game Boy version of a game I love. I get to experience something different. Yeah, yeah. This is actually, I thought it was easier than the NES version when I played it last, but guess I'm not so sure about that. Oh, thank you, Red Ox. Oh, I'm sorry you had a rough day. Mine was really busy, and the Spud is still recovering. He's feeling fine, but I can't bring him to school right now. So he came to work with me today, and so he behaved really, really perfectly, but it's still exhausting. I don't usually have to. I work from home, but every now and then I have to go in the office, and today was an office day. Last year I played both versions of DuckTales 2. Did I say welcome, Top Spot, by the way? Welcome. If I haven't. Both versions of DuckTales 2 for the first time, like the Game Boy one. I haven't played the Game Boy version, actually. Yeah, thanks, Nicole. That didn't go well. Hopefully I'll be able to get some one-ups. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I'm glad it was an option. So otherwise I would have been in trouble. And I'm probably going to have to keep him home tomorrow, too, just because you don't want to mess with norovirus. Yeah, you know, I think I heard that the DuckTales 2 version on the Game Boy was actually better. I should try that one. I should get it. Because my wife has DuckTales on Game Boy also. And I never bothered with it because I had the NES version. But we should get DuckTales 2. They didn't do Rescue Rangers on Game Boy, did they? Yeah, and you know what? If it was an adult, he'd be fine. It'd be fine for him to go if he was older, but he can't. He just doesn't have the he can't handle his hygiene very well right now. So he would just be infecting people left and right. And I don't want to be that parent who infected everyone. Hope I get a 1-up in here somewhere. I have no idea where the bonus stages are in this version. So that's one where I think I need to be on the right-hand side. This is such a great game. Just Darkwing Duck. This version of Darkwing Duck. I want the heavy gas, so I'm fighting Moriarty. I think I want the arrows. How do we get norovirus? No, so it's not going through school. My suspicion is, so we went to a friend's house for New Year's Eve, and they had been sick. They told me they'd been sick for like off and on for like 7 weeks or something. And I thought they were better, right? So we went over there because they were healthy now, and he was sick the next day. And so my thought is they must have had, crap, what did I just do? They must have had norovirus at some point, and even if they cleaned their house, like, you gotta bleach everything, you know, to really clean it. And they may not have done, and so I think he got it there, because he doesn't clean his hands that well. He definitely used their bathroom, and so did I. But he doesn't clean his hands very well, so I think that's where he got it. And I'm not pointing fingers at anyone at all, if they happen to be watching this. But, so I'm pretty sure that's where he got it, and then I got it from him because he was sick that night. He was throwing up a lot, and I was like basically in his room with him while he was doing that. And so I read recently like that aerosolizes, right? So I was right next to it basically when he was throwing up. And so that's how I got it. And then my wife, I think, has dodged it, but she may have gotten a very mild version of it because she wasn't feeling well either, but she also could have had something else. So I think that's where it came from. Yep. Stays our services for 2 whole weeks. I've been disinfecting my house. I've got 1 bathroom down. I need to do 2 more, and I need more supplies because I really want to do a very thorough job of it. Yeah. I'm not even sure if it's completely, because I've been using bleach wipes, but I want to get actual bleach and make a solution for it. So, yep. So, I don't want that to spread any more than it already has. I'm hoping we didn't get too many people sick along the way, but at his school, you know, they share bathrooms. So if he uses one and he's sick, I mean, I know you can still carry it as well for, you know, a couple weeks afterwards, but as long as he's not, you know, basically TMI, sorry folks, diarrhea. If he doesn't have diarrhea, he'll be fine. So that's why I'm keeping him out of school right now. And since I work from home, and it seems to be possible to work from home with him these days, even if it's mostly because of screen time, I'm erring on that side of caution. I don't have to send him to school if he's remotely sick. The viral shedding and all that. Hey Adam, how are you? Sorry you showed up when we were talking disgusting things, right? Cha-cha-cha. Oh boy. Throw bleach wipes at me next stream, yes. So I hate talking about that stuff and you know, but anyway. So definitely, as soon as he's better, probably tomorrow, I'm gonna do a very thorough cleaning of our house. We don't tend to get that many visitors anyway, but I really want to make sure that we don't spread it any more than we need to. And so that's what I've learned. If how do I get over there? Okay, that's how. If someone tells me that they've been sick recently, ask for more information, because it would have been good to know. Oh, that's so fantastic, Adam. I hope you have a good visit with them. Tell them I said hi. It's Nancy, right? I don't remember your dad's name, but tell them I said hi. What happened to the music? That was weird. Can I get over there? get over there from here? Okay. Oh, my one up. I wanted that one up. Nuts. Ugh, great. I really Walt. Cool. You've been doing more family streams lately, right? I'd love to. I'll have to check Eric's streams more often. Okay. I really wish I'd gotten that one up. These are making me nervous. Yeah, so tricky. These jumps here. Sometimes I can jump over this guy. Or maybe not in this. Oh no! No! Now I have to try to get that one up if I get another opportunity at it. Played Monaco. Cool. Oh, once a month. That's right. Yes. Have you been advertising when that stream is? That monthly stream? I'll have to check those out. Is it always like the same day of the month? I might just be daring and try to get that one up. Because he is the daring duck of mystery. No? Oh, crap. Okay, I'm just going to leave you down here. Alright, so I need to get over there. And I don't think that... Can I get over there? No, and I'm dead. And that's over. Okay. Continue. Always on my Friday night, usually the last Friday of each month. Okay. Well, so much for the one credit clear. This is very tricky on the Game Boy. It is easier to play than using the Game Boy buttons, at least. Oh, thanks. I'll take it. But those nuances are so subtle. I guess that's what a nuance is, right? The differences in the gameplay in this are subtle enough that if you are used to playing it on the NES, the first time you play it on the Game Boy, you're just kind of like, that doesn't make any sense. Why am I dying here? This usually gives me no trouble at all. I'm just jumping. I'm just trying to jump here. Like, why can't I do that? And that's why, because it's a little bit different. But yeah, I had a long day. Kind of tired, but I figured I was going to play this anyway, and I might as well play it on stream. And it is very heartwarming for me to get to hang out with folks while I'm playing the game. Especially Darkwing fans. Good night, Top Spot. Thank you. Yeah, I think he'll be okay. And he's been invited to a birthday party on Sunday, which should be fun. So I think he'll be alright. I mean, if it's anything like me in my course of recovery, at least I didn't get the vomiting, but I think I'll be alright. You have a good night. So I don't actually know how to get that one up, because I think I need to be on a higher platform, but if I get too high, then I can't actually catch it. This poor cold turtle. Oh, nuts. I guess I wanted that, but now I can't get it. Oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. Can I no way to that's no, you're not gonna be able to do it that way. That's not gonna work. Yeah, I don't know how to get to that thing. Alright. So be it. That should have been fine. There's not enough clearance there, and I don't know what I just did there. Did I start with more lives than you get in the NES version? I think I did. You start with 5 lives in the NES version? I don't think so. Yeah, see if I jump. Yeah. Not me. Oh, yikes! Well, I guess I had to go down there anyway. Alright. Moriarty. Okay. This looks a little easier. He says just before he dies. Should be easier though. Oh, am I out of arrow gas? Sure am. Where did all my arrow gas go? I guess I should have chopped down. Again. Oh man, what am I doing? Again. This guy's always tricky, but it should be easier than the NES version. And yet... crap. I wasn't able to do that before. Oh, because you're too high. Oh, see? Look at that. That's so weird. Oh, crap. No. Did you see that? Because if you drop down, you're in the middle of the beam, but you have to drop down like another level on the same beam to get low enough to shoot the thing. Thank you, Omega Ace. Anyway, I've been getting into more Game Boy games, so I'm loving my my backlit GBA and my Game Boy player and all that. Yeah, that was a weird fight, right? All right, Megavolt. Yes, Launchpad. Thank you. Cool. Tea is good. I wouldn't mind some tea right now. Oh, that was dropping down. Okay. Oh. Trying to adjust my position on that thing a little bit. And I failed. So this is interesting. That one up. It looks like a trap. It's gonna be tricky to jump out of here. Alright. Really? That's okay. That Gene is probably gonna get me too. Hey Eduardo. So overall, this is like the NES game, but there are some subtle differences in terms of how you jump. Like the platforming is a little bit harder, I think, in this, and the layout is slightly different. So it's basically the same. In some ways, it's easier. In some ways, it's harder. The music, I think, is better. Hello, Bruno. Game Boy games are great. So many gems. Yeah, I got the EverDrive last year, and I want to collect more carts for it as well. I have a bunch of carts, and I want to get more. But I also there are carts that I'm not going to pay tons of money for. So you know, if I discover them and I really like them, then I'm going to get more. But the EverDrive is pretty great. And then I recently got the. It's not the EverDrive, but it's like the bootleg EverDrive, or the cheaper EverDrive for the GBA. There's also some Game Boy homebrews and things out there too. Can I get this? Ooh, Genie. Oh, thanks. See, that was weird because I couldn't even see my shots because of the flickering here. That's not good. Ah. Hey Michelle, how you doing? The EverDrive, which I had a few more. Oh, you have the N64 one. Oh, okay, that explains the Japanese Mario 64 you were playing. I thought about getting the N64 EverDrive because I didn't have much of an N64 library. But then I was looking at the N64 library and I realized that there were a very limited number of N64 games I actually wanted to play, so I decided to start collecting those. So in the last year I collected a ton of N64 games, but I only just set up my N64, which I think I was mentioning. So that's plugged in now, and I'll probably play some of those games at some point. Oh, thank you. I wonder if I can I mine this guy for stuff? Can you give me more one-ups? What else you got for me, Genie? Is he gone? You not coming back? Okay, come here. What else you got? What else you got, Genie? I want more one-ups, dude. Got a lot of gas. Maybe he only gives you gas after a while. That's funny. Maybe he stops giving you anything. No, gold bars. I don't know what determines when you get a 1-up. Diamonds. Diamond and rough. Alright, whatever. Gotta go up there anyway, it looks like. Let's see here. You're unfortunately not going to see me because Cora's in New York. So if she may be going. I think she was going to let you know one way or the other. She's trying to decide if she can make it or not, or if she wants to come out here. But we can't make it because if she's going from New York, it's like a huge process to get me from here to New York on the train. So unfortunately, no. Yeah, so I have like a box full of N64 games that I intend to play. It's bummer. Oh yeah, no, because he's with me. So sorry. Yeah, once she went back to school, it was tricky. Last weekend might have worked better for us, but then she would have probably stayed in New York instead of driving to Pennsylvania, and so it still would have been a little bit of a hassle and expense to get us back home. So neither solution was really ideal. Unfortunately, just because of where she is, it's tricky. Now I really want one up from this genie guy. No one up? Really? I think maybe you are getting her. She was trying to figure out if she was going to be able to, basically she's trying to decide if she can make it. But she's probably going to stay in New York this weekend, so I think she can make it. Oh, dude. Polystation cards. Yeah, I think she told you in her email that sort of what the possibilities were, and basically it was up to her whether or not she was going to make it, and I told her to let you guys know, and she's not good about responding, unfortunately. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Omega Ace. Probably until I finish this, so probably another hour, I would say. Yeah, I know you asked us to RSVP. I think she said that if it was coming from here, she said it would be harder, but it's also it's harder in terms of me needing to take the Spud on a bus, on a train, on a couple of trains, I guess, depending on how we do it. And so that's like 4 to 5 hours of travel on the trains, and it would cost us about $400 to do it. So, yeah. Thank you, Omega Ace. Yeah, it's not ideal since I don't have a car that I can actually drive from here to there. It makes it very, very challenging. The entire split living thing, and with her being in New York most of the time, has been very challenging in general. So. Here. I want some 1-ups, dude. Whatever. I'll take this. I'm gonna go over here. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Well, then, so that's the other thing. That's this weekend, right? So, probably... So I don't know. I don't even know if Cora's sick. That's the other thing. I don't know if she actually has what we had. I don't think she does, because she's not... She doesn't have most of the symptoms that we've had. But I was telling her as well today, is like, make sure if you're sick, that you don't go. But I don't know if she is sick. I don't think she is, because she wouldn't be functioning as well as she is. But he's still getting over it. He's been home for the last 2 days, and he'll probably be home tomorrow. So Saturday would be kind of dicey. I forget how to do this file. And you don't want norovirus, so I certainly don't. And even if you're well, even if you're healthy, you're still infectious. So I don't want to. That's another thing. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm sad to not be there, and I'd love to go. Yeah, it's a long bug, and he's feeling fine, but he's, having some problems in the bathroom, and I can't send him to school that way because he doesn't wash his hands as well as he should. He's a kid, so he's gonna infect his entire school if he goes. So that's the main reason I'm keeping him home. Plus, he's not, he kind of needs me. So, yeah, I know. I can work with him at home, so that's what I'm doing. I don't want to risk it. I wish the friends who had invited us over to their house had divulged that they had recently had norovirus. Again, I'm making an assumption, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened based off of the timing and everything, and the nature of the illness, and how hard it is to clean it. What the heck? Oh, this is great. Just yesterday was the first day that I felt like pretty much healthy. I didn't have much of an appetite until yesterday. See, look at that. If I try to jump for that, you fall for it. You fall. You have to jump and get to the top of this and then jump. The mechanics in this are a little weird and difficult, to say the least. I don't care about gold bars. Someone at preschool had done that and not have brought norovirus to my mom. Yeah. Oh, right. I forgot you had that. Yeah, it was bad. The preschool thing, I mean, I totally get it. When he was in daycare and I was working, especially in Philadelphia, like, I had limited sick days. I couldn't work with him at home. I couldn't work from home. So I totally get, like, if your kid isn't sick, or if your kid can function, I get wanting to drop him off there because you're trying to make a living here, and your options are super limited. But I don't have to make that choice anymore for the most part. Wow, that doesn't look as good as it does on the NES at all. So I'm jumping because I never know for sure if there's like a hole in the ground. I don't trust the game. Wow, that doesn't look at all as good as the NES version. Looks like a river of ectoplasm. That's not what I wanted to do. That's okay. Like, I have plenty of sick days now, and I did take a sick day with him once for the first day that he was sick, when he was throwing up, and I can work with him at home. He came to the office with me today because I didn't have a choice. So there might be something over there. I'm not going to try it. I think I have to go here. No? How is this different from the... Do I just drop? Yeah. See, how are you supposed to know to do that? That looks trippy, right? It's like glowing. this not have my favorite enemies in it? My favorite enemy in the NES game is the mouse in the armor. Like, I guess I'm dropping down again, right? No, I'm not. Great. Well, they gave me a 1-up. Gosh. How would I not know? Okay, I don't know what I was supposed to do there then. I don't remember what to do here. Thanks. This music here sounds ever so slightly fast. Oh, see, this is where you have to drop down. And how would you know that? Oh, there's my favorite enemy. So you shoot him in the head, and his armor goes flying off. I love that guy. I do not like the flying chicken. Alright, how does this go? This is a little different from the NES version. Alright, this is just going to be tedious. Okay, that didn't work. Try that again. Oh, Reginald Bushroot. The most sympathetic villain in Darkwing Duck. Although, you know, in retrospect, he was like a guy who couldn't take no for an answer, right? Just another dude. Alright, here we go. Hello, welcome back. We just took out Reginald Bushroot, toxic male plant hybrid. Not much tea. It turned into vodka. That's a heck of a party trick, Nicole. You're coming to my parties. Turn tea into vodka. Good night, Michelle. Again, I'm sorry, and I'll remind Cora to let you know if you haven't heard from her yet. Every time I fight these pigs, I think of like basically the one pig that you really see on the series. Oh, what's his name? It's the one from the... Oh, really? The one from Clash Reunion? Hamstring, which is a great name for a pig, right? Hamstring. the bully in Darkwing's high school when he went to school with almost Sputterspark, otherwise known as Megavolt. I'll take that. I guess I'll just progress down here. Almost Sputterspark. I love Drake Mallard when he's showing Goslin his high school yearbook, and she realizes that Elmo Sputterspark is Megavolt, and she like takes a Sharpie and she's about to like, I think it was a Sharpie, and she's about to draw in the book, and Darkwing's like, have I ever told you the story of the little girl, the marker, and the fiery pit of hell, or something like that? Like, oh my god, I love his parenting so much. Parenting, you know, it's entirely possible that I've based my parenting techniques on Darkwing Duck. Yeah, that was such a great episode. I need to rewatch that one soon. That's such a great one. I mean, I also liked the secret origins of Darkwing Duck, is like his origin story, but the high school thing is just so great. Crawling to the coffee pot, absolutely. I need to see an animated GIF of that one. I don't know if there is one. I have so much of that show memorized just because I watched it over and over and over again once I had it on tape. Oh, great. Death. Coffee. You'll see the fight against Stillbeak is a little bit easier in this one, mostly because of the cramped screen. I think this is a really great port, and it's different enough from the NES game that it has like slightly different challenges. I think it's worth getting. I have no idea how much this game costs right now. Gargoyles is great too. The show, yeah, you know, I need to rewatch Gargoyles. We have the DVDs of everything but the Goliath Chronicles. Gargoyles is more Cora's thing. Like, she's really into Gargoyles. I liked it too, mostly because of the Star Trek: The Next Generation connection with so many of the guest actors. And I like the sort of the mythology stuff of it. But I felt like the Avalon storyline went on too long. It was like, love that little mouse dude. Alright, so how do I do this? I just gotta go all the way to the edge, I guess. See, that's really tight right there. I didn't even need to do that. He would have, well, I guess maybe I did, because he would have not walked off fast enough. Goliath Chronicles never got a physical release. Yeah, I didn't. I had it on tape, and I probably still have the VHS someplace. I used to do lots of tape trades, so I had all those shows. You're on Avalon now? Cool. That was a fun show. It was so dark. It was so different for the Disney afternoon back then, and in children's animation in general. It was very cool. I'm really excited for Roy to get to watch these things for the first time one day. These guys. I don't think I realized I could shoot the barrels. This guy looks like a really angry Donald Duck. This is very comfortable on the Super NES controller. I hadn't really played much Super NES, but since getting the SNES Classic, I'm very much a fan of the SNES controller. This is very comfortable, especially for Game Boy games. Yikes. Drop to your doom. I want this. Thanks. Goodbye. That's gonna be a fun jump. feel about the same. Gargoyles, DVDs. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Shakespeare, and I appreciate Shakespeare more than I did as a kid, so I think I'll enjoy it even more when I rewatch it. Fiance and I are currently season 2, episode 32. Do you stream it simultaneously with each other? Captain Algebra, how are you, sir? Welcome. How's are you watching T-Belly? How's his Battletoads run going? I could use some health. Anyone? Ah, I'll take that. Oh. Huh. Darn it. It was right there. I should have just run for it. Yeah, I'll pop in there soon. Oh, you got platinum. Nice. Well done. I'll have to check out Fallen Order at some point. I haven't played a lot of Star Wars games, but it sounds like it's really good. I think I have one of the Force Unleashed games for the Wii. Might be the second one. Force Unleashed would have been awesome if they'd gotten the lightsaber combat down on the Wii. So that's really what it's built for, right? That's what the Wii should be used for, lightsaber battles. Here. Alright, bye! Oh, alright. Oh. No, sorry. I thought she didn't live near you because you said she calls you every day at like 11 or something. Gotcha. Glitchy and lack of fast travel. Okay. Yeah, I think that's why I never picked up Force Unleashed, because I think I saw like weird reviews of it, or bad reviews of it, but then a friend just gave me her copy of Force Unleashed 2, I think. That must be for the Xbox then, or PS3 or something. I have Force Unleashed 2 for some reason though. Oh man. I'm right near the end of this stage here. It'd be nice to just get out of here. Oh, no worries, Omega. And it's none of my business, really. Actually, I probably should have just jumped up on the thing. Could have avoided that guy entirely. Fall to your doom! No health this time, okay. Almost cleared him. Want some health or 1-up or something. Probably don't give me much in here. Can I just jump over? No, no. Oh man. Get another game over, I guess. Oh. I feel like I didn't have this much trouble with this when I played it last on Game Boy. Have you played this one, Captain Algebra? Mazen Power! Hi, how are you doing? Oh, I'm gonna avoid you. I'm gonna let you be the instrument of your own destruction. only play the NES one. Yeah, no, this is a good. It's a good port. It's challenging in different ways. The platforming is harder in this, I think. It was already pretty hard. Can I jump over you? No. I think I tried that earlier. Oh, what am I doing? Use the arrows. Okay, don't use the arrows. Never mind. I need those arrows for Steelbeak, maybe. Okay, so I think he can die. He will fall into the pit, and I will get that health. This time I will get that health for sure. Yes. Okay. Oh, wow, okay. I thought I could stand on that, but no. Is he coming back? Nope. Really? Yes, thank you. Alright. Thursday stream. Thank you, Mazen. Yeah, I felt like I needed one. Hey Jeff. Welcome. Yeah. I had a long day. I wanted to play this. I was gonna play this anyway off stream, and I figured I might as well stream it. So it looks like I have one chance at this, and hopefully I'll be able to do it. Alright. This is a little bit different on the Game Boy. Alright, now that I'm up here, keep jumping and shooting. Oh no. And that's it. Great. I have to do that whole stage again. Crap. Thanks, Nicole. Ugh. Alright. That was rougher than I anticipated. If you get a good pattern of those drones in there, then you're in good shape, but I did not get a good pattern of them. I can't get up there right now. That guy was hard on the NES. I figured out a pretty good pattern, but it still kind of depends on a couple of different things. Like DuckTales and Darkwing Duck, yeah, for sure. What am I doing? Oh, come on. I shouldn't have died at that guy. Yeah, I've got Disney Plus. Kind of felt like it was necessary with a kid. Plus all the Disney afternoon stuff. Thank you. Spoke too soon. Oh. Oh, why was I looking at the chat for that? Oh, sorry. Thought I was safe for a second there. But no, I was not. You don't have Disney Plus either, Mazin? Okay, I already pay for too many streaming services, but that's where all the kids programming is, so... So I have heavy gas, and that might be helpful for some of these. At least the stages aren't too long. And the checkpoints. Sometimes it's hard to see those shots because of the flickering. Okay. Alright, so I should be able to get rid of him this way. Which is maybe how I'm supposed to do it. Oh, totally stream that, please, Captain Algebra. Rewatching The Simpsons. Did they ever fix the aspect ratio of that? Or is that not until next year? Still use it for Mewtwo. I do want the lighting for Steelbeak. Forgot. With Thunder Gas or whatever. Alright, this thing. Trying to survive here. I think he scrolls off and disappears, right? Farewell. I won't be back. Okay. Yeah, I stopped after season 8, I believe. What am I doing here? Can I just go down this way? I need to go down. forgot. I don't need the health. Okay. What? Maybe in this version I need to be in the middle, and in the NES version I need to be on the left, and that is what destroyed me last time. That's why I died. Because the strategy on the NES version is I need to be on the other side. And then here... there's health up there too. And then what do I do here? Can I shoot him from behind? No. Okay. Oh, I have to get him to drop that. Right. Is that my last one? Out. Alright, we did it. Woo! I'd like to beat 100 new games this year, but it's going to be tough. Yeah, those are longer games, so that's going to take you a while. You had a really nice list last year, though. 82 this year, wow. Yeah, I'd like to beat more, but I don't have a number goal in mind. Yeah, this fight's a little different on the Game Boy. It's just slightly different. Alrighty. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, I wish I could make that kind of time too. I don't know how you do it, Cap, with a kid and a full-time job and everything. I need to take a picture of the stream twice a week. Yeah, that helps. I definitely have beaten more games since I started streaming. Anyway, I'm going to take a picture of this because I was trying to do this for the video games age list of Game Boy games. We're trying to get the entire community to beat every Game Boy game, so... Is this going to be a terrible picture? I guess that'll do. I can also do a screenshot, I think. That'll do. Okay. Cool, thank you, Omega Ace. Oh, thanks, Mazen. Played a lot of shorter games this year. That's true. Yeah, if I play more Game Boy games this year, I could probably up my numbers a bit, too. Yeah, for sure. Well, cool, thanks. I was going to try playing Revenge of the Gator on Game Boy, which is part of a contest. But I think I probably will go to bed soon. So, I can hang out for a little bit if you guys are not doing anything else. But, yeah. So, wait, what Omega Ace are they? What's the question? Game Boy games are easier? Or shorter? Is that what I said? I think a lot of them are. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just feel like they're designed to be played, portably and on the go and everything. Thank you, Cap. Yeah. Cool. Oh, yes, you definitely should sub Captain Algebra. He plays not exclusively retro games. He plays a nicer variety, which I think you'll enjoy. And he's also really, really darn good at games, especially at Contra. All right, see you, Nicole. Yeah, I'm gonna head out too. I'm gonna go to sleep soon, I think. Yeah, I think Game Boy games seem pretty short. I want to play more this year and beat more of them too. That's a good way to get your numbers up, I think. It's like how if I wanted to read a certain number of books in a year, if I count all the little picture books that I've read with my son, yeah, I've read 120 books last year or whatever. Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming by. I think I'm going to go check out T-Belly's stream if he's still going. T-Belly, if you don't know Omega... Do you know T-Belly Omega Ace? He's also really good at retro games. He plays a lot of NES. And he's doing... he's trying to beat Battletoads for the first time, so he's been working on that. And he's very committed, and he's very good, so I know he's going to do it. So, yeah, I should totally check him out. Alright, thank you, Omega Ace. Yeah, it was fun to get to play this one again. I don't know. It was harder than the last time I played it. I'm pretty sure it was. You know what? I was fresher on the NES version the last time I played it, and for some reason I just had an easier time with it. I don't know. This time it was rougher. I still do want to try to do a no death run of the NES game at some point whenever I have the time to like train up for it. Yeah. All right, thank you. I'm gonna go pop over and say hi and see how he's doing. All right, thank you guys. Have a good night. I will probably be playing tomorrow night. Sorry, I'll probably overlap with you a little bit, Cap. But if I play tomorrow night, it'll be Super Mario Galaxy 2. We're gonna go into World 2 and see how we do. All right, folks, take care. Thank you again. It was really good to hang out, and have a good rest of the night. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend if I don't see you. All right, take care. Bye bye.